Believe it or not, right now you're swimming in an invisible ocean. It's not made of water, of course, but of radio signals. And this ocean, well, it powers just about everything in our modern lives. We're talking the phone in your pocket, the Wi-Fi in your house, even the TV broadcasts you watch. Just think about that for a second. All of those different devices are all shouting and listening in the exact same invisible space. It's kind of like a huge, chaotic, and incredibly crowded digital cocktail party. And yet somehow, it all just works. I mean, you see these antennas everywhere, right? Perched on top of buildings, on towers. Every single one of them is part of this massive, unseen network. This invisible world is what connects all of us, but with so many conversations happening at once, it's always, and I mean always, right on the brink of total chaos.
So, that leads us to the big question, doesn't it? With all this insane amount of traffic, how on earth do we keep all these signals from just crashing into each other? How do you possibly maintain order in a world you can't even see?
Well, the answer lies in this really remarkable piece of technology. This is the story of the spectrum analyzer. It's basically our magic window that makes the invisible visible and lets engineers actually manage this whole wireless world. Okay, so to really get what makes this thing so special, we got to talk about two different ways of looking at a signal. You've got your oscilloscope, which sees a signal's strength over time. Think of it like hearing a single, lonely musical note. But a spectrum analyzer, it sees signals by their frequency. And that's like looking at the entire musical score, seeing every single note from every instrument all at once. And this right here shows you exactly what I'm talking about. On the left, the oscilloscope just shows us a nice, simple wave. That's our one instrument playing one note. But now, look at the right. The spectrum analyzer shows us the signal's true character. You're seeing its power spread out across a whole bunch of frequencies. You're not just hearing the one note anymore, you're seeing the entire orchestra. So this unique way of looking at things, it has a name. It's called the frequency domain. At its heart, it's just a graph of power versus frequency. But that simple idea is the key to everything. It lets engineers see not just that a signal exists, but what it's really made of and how it's behaving in the wild. So, what can you actually see with this magic window? Well, for one thing, you can instantly tell the good signals from the bad ones. What engineers are looking for are signals that are clean, powerful, and most importantly, are staying in their own lane. Now this is what you want to see. This is what a perfect signal looks like to an engineer. See how its shape is all sharp and defined, kind of like a clean mountain peak? That means it's putting its power exactly where it's supposed to, without spilling over and messing with its neighbors. This is the goal. This is the gold standard. And then you get this. This signal, well, it's a mess. The best way to think about it is like a musician who's playing the right note, but also making a ton of other unwanted clashing sounds. All those extra little spikes, engineers call them harmonics and spurious emissions. This transmitter is basically yelling into frequencies where it doesn't belong, and that creates electronic noise that can mess up other, completely unrelated services. And the stakes here, they're incredibly high. This isn't just about your car radio getting a little fuzzy. As this quote points out, a messy signal that goes undetected could potentially interfere with really critical systems, like aviation communications. So, you see, keeping our airwaves clean isn't just a nice idea, it's an absolute necessity. But this incredible tool isn't just for scientists in lab coats. Nope, it's used every single day out in the real world by the people who are basically the guardians of our shared wireless spectrum.
We're talking about all kinds of people. You've got amateur radio operators making sure their hobby setup isn't causing problems. You've got technicians maintaining the radios for taxis and security guards. And of course, you've got the broadcast engineers who make sure your favorite TV and radio stations come in crystal clear.
So it really doesn't matter if you're looking at a packed hobbyist desk or mission-critical radios for first responders. The spectrum analyzer is the one indispensable tool they all count on to figure out what's going wrong and make sure everything is working the way it's supposed to. Here's a perfect little detective story for you. A ham radio operator reports some major interference. A technician shows up, whips out the analyzer, and immediately sees a strong, rogue signal. But here's the clever part. By analyzing its exact frequency, they realize it isn't a primary signal at all. Nope, it's the second harmonic, an unwanted byproduct of a business radio transmitter miles away whose filter had failed. Without that analyzer, finding the source would have been like looking for a needle in a continent-sized haystack. But of course, the story doesn't stop there. Today, the challenge is getting so much tougher. That invisible ocean is more crowded than it's ever been, with Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, 4G, 5G, the Internet of Things, all fighting for their own little slice of the airwaves.
You see, the big problem now is that modern signals aren't just crowded, they're incredibly fast and complex. They can hop between frequencies or transmit in these tiny little bursts that are gone in a fraction of a second. A traditional analyzer that just slowly sweeps across the spectrum, it can easily miss them completely. It's like trying to take a picture of a lightning bolt with a really slow camera.
So how do you catch a signal that's literally gone in a flash? Well, this is where the next evolution of our magic window comes in, the real-time spectrum analyzer. Instead of just a snapshot, it creates something called a spectrogram. You can think of it like a heat map of signal activity. It adds that other crucial dimension, time. So now engineers can see not just what frequencies are being used, but when they're being used. And that lets them catch those fleeting, pesky signals that used to be impossible to find.
So you can see the progression, right? We went from a simple tool that let us see invisible frequencies to these incredible real-time windows that can capture a signal in the blink of an eye. Our ability to manage this wireless world has always come down to our ability to see it. Which, it kind of leaves us with one last thought. As we keep filling this invisible ocean with more and more data, what new kinds of magic windows are we going to need to invent to make sure it stays a resource for everyone?